Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Henderson. I wanted to introduce myself and MWH Adventures. MWH Adventures is going to be a YouTube channel that I am going to use as a journal to promote hunting and fishing and tourism and some of the reviews and do's and don'ts that go along with it. For years, people have been wanting me to either write a book or start doing videos of, all these different trips that I do because whenever I come back, I wind up telling the stories and everybody loves to hear the stories. I tell it in such a funny manner. I try and use it sounds something like a cross between Jerry Clower and Robin Williams whenever I tell these stories, and everybody gets such a big kick out of it. But there's a lot of information in it too that everybody likes, and it helps them in saying, hey, you know what? I'd like to go on a trip like that. And they start asking questions, and then they start figuring out how they can go on this trip and what some of the things, the different loops and hoops and hurdles that they have to jump through with different permitting and licenses and international regulations and this, that, and the other, and different laws in all these different countries, and it all kind of adds up. Well, if I can make a video and give you some of these tips and tactics right up front on what trip I just did, then I don't have to keep telling the same old stories over and over and over and over, and you can just watch it. You can learn it right here, and that's what this YouTube channel is going to be about. I hope that we can have some fun, and I can do some of the videos that are kind of more entertaining and telling some crazy funny stories because I get a kick out of them as well, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to them. But a lot of these videos I'm going to try and break up into 3 different sections. It'll be the travel requirements and what I had to do and all the different things that went into the traveling to this specific destination, be it with the different laws of that country or the travel requirements, gun permitting, bow permitting, you name it, that sort of stuff, and all the different logistics that go along with it. Some of the just logistics of being within the country, of taking domestic flights and taxis and all this sort of stuff, trains or whatever. It may even be helicopters and float planes, and you have no idea. So to try and give you an idea of what all went into setting up this specific trip and helping you maybe know where to go and to look and what to expect for just the travel portion of it. And so then after that, then I want to break it out into the hunting and fishing part. So because there's so much about it. It's about the gear that you need to use, the outfitter that I'm using, or the fishing charter, or the area I'm hunting, and all the different details that go along with just the hunting and fishing, just those things. Because not everybody may be interested in the hunting and fishing part, but that's what these are really geared about. There's no doubt about it. But I want to separate that so that if that's not what you want to watch, then you don't have to. But for those that do want to, see about the hunt, about the fishing trip, and get the information and all the details on the outfitters and the gear and the area and how the hunt, went on, and all of the details of shipping and taxidermy and stuff like that go afterwards, I want to be able to provide that in the hunting and fishing section. Hunting and fishing is what I'm passionate about. That's what drove me to do this. Now, the other part is going to be about tourism. My wife is not a hunter or fisherman. Now, has she hunted and fished with me over the years? You bet. We've been married 29 years. She's the love of my life. I've drug her all over the place. But she's not a hunter or fisherman. So, a lot of these trips have got a whole tourism section wrapped up in it. That's what she's going for. So, and listen, I'm not even going to, make any kind of no bones about it. I enjoy it too. If I can see a different part of the world with her, we can enjoy some time in some of these cities, sightseeing or seeing all the different things and that these different cultures and places have to offer. Then that is just the icing on the cake to an already probably a great hunting or fishing trip. So I'm going to have a tourism section of most of these trips. So that's how that's worked out. Now, like I said, she's been very supportive of the hunting and fishing that I do. All these years, I've taken her to places that, woo boy, they weren't the best places in the world. She's had to sleep in some rickety shacks with scorpions on the walls and have to worry about the snakes slithering up into the bathtub drains and things like that. But these days, those trips they're not quite like that anymore. And so she gets to handpick the ones she wants to go on now, and she goes on the better ones. Now, like I said, hunting and fishing is what I'm passionate about. So one of the other reasons why I really want to do these videos is it's one thing for me to convey this information and try and help out people that hunt and fish that are already going and doing it, because I want you to be able to see this specific trip and how to do it and the people I went with and get a really good clear review reference on this trip and these different outfitters and guides and areas, right? Because I want to give you a unsolicited, untied opinion. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything, so I can tell you the nitty gritty truth of it, and you can believe it. I have no reason to hide, to not give you my full opinion of it. But the other people I want to be able to talk to, or maybe somebody that just doesn't understand, they don't know a lot about hunting or fishing. They're not against it, they just don't know anything about it. And maybe they want to go on a certain trip. That place looks awesome, and they see the tourism part, and they're fascinated by the travel or the culture that's there, and they see, well, he went on this hunting and fishing trip. That looks pretty cool. Well, if I can show you the benefits to hunting and fishing and the conservation of it in these videos, then that is really, man, now I have really checked all the boxes, because that's something that's really important to me, is to be able to show how hunting and fishing is the one and only sustainable model for all of these, for the animals all over the world, for us to have them, and for us to have all these different wild lands and these waterways from oceans and rivers and everything else that we're able to enjoy. If it's not for hunting and fishing dollars and the conservation model that keeps these places intact, then we're not going to have that to enjoy. Not every video is going to be all about that, but there's going to be a lot of it in there, because it's just the truth of the matter. And so I do want to share that. But anyway, just to wrap this up, I wanted to give a quick introduction to what MWH Adventures is. I hope that you enjoy these videos and that you're a subscriber. And because I'm going to be going back, I'm going to be doing some of my old trips. I'm going to bring out pictures and videos of old stuff, and I'll kind of give a synopsis. But then I've got all kinds of really cool trips lined up right now. The very first trip we're going to start off with is going to be an Argentina trip that I did, me and Wendy did in May, and it was fantastic. And I've got some other trips lined up that I'm excited about getting videos of and putting them all together and getting them on the channel. So anyway, welcome to MWH Adventures. I hope y'all enjoy it. Thanks.